Hi YouTube and welcome back to Tamar's Tarot and Oracle channel. I thought I would attempt at making a quick video today on a deck that I've had for a little while now. For those of you who have been following me here on YouTube, you know that I love classic fine art decks. I just find them very appealing, very attractive, and I am just so drawn to them. So this deck in particular is a self-made and self-published deck by the lovely Gloria Jean. She created this deck, I'm not sure how long ago, maybe a few years ago, and I was hemming and hawing and not really sure if I wanted to get it or not because it was a little bit pricey, but I finally gave in, as I often tend to do when it comes to tarot and oracle decks, and I purchased it. So I realized that I hadn't made a video of any kind in regards to this deck. There are other videos, walkthroughs and that on this particular deck, and I just thought I'd add in my 2 cents, because why not? So without much further ado, it is the Infinite Visions Tarot. Now, sorry for the glare. On this side is the Magician. This is what you will see on the Magician's card. Really cool image. So these are images taken from fine art, and they are cut and paste and created solely for the tarot. And even though they are pre-existing public domain images, Gloria Jean has done a very wonderful job in making it her own. And I really admire that, and I really appreciate that. And I am also a big supporter of independent decks. I think they're awesome, really do. And sometimes if they take off, they become mass marketed, which is cool too, but there's always changes, and it's always really cool if you can get your hands on the original. But in any case, I digress. So at the back is what the back of the cards look like, very simplistic in design. It's just a very laminated tuck box. And then on this side is, I don't know if it's backwards in the camera. It looks backwards to me right now. It's the infinitevisions.tarot.com, and that's where you will find Gloria Jean and this deck. So let's open it up. Okay, so now it came with a numbered card, and I think it's, no, where is it? No, it's mixed in here somewhere. Oh, no, that wasn't too difficult to find. So it says the certificate of authenticity. I can't read today. It's Sunday. This certifies that this tarot deck was designed, published, and prepared by artist designer Gloria Jean. She took this entire project upon herself, and she did everything, right? The art, the design, she designed the deck based on pre-existing art, but she certainly made it her own, and she published and everything. So she's quite a woman. She did it all. So it's the Infinite Visions Tarot, deck number 31-18. I'm assuming because it's 2018, maybe is the year. I'll show you in a second. And then it's signed by Gloria Jean. So her signature's at the bottom. And there you go. The image that you see in this card is of the Justice tarot card, and it was one of the reasons why I really wanted this deck. When I fixate on a particular image, that's it. Game over. I just can't stop until I get it. And yeah, and so I just love collecting all these gorgeous images and having them be a part of my tarot collection. Okay, so that is a little, certificate, and that came with the deck. That was a really nice touch. Very official and very professional, I guess. So the Infinite Visions Tarot, Gloria Jean, and then it's where she's from, Springfield, Colorado, and then her website, infinitevisions.tarot.com. It's Sunday. I'm still sleeping. I will link that down below if you are interested. I highly recommend you at least go and check it out, because there's great images of all the cards displayed on her website, so you can really pick and choose, decide rather, if this deck is for you or not. So I'll just quickly read the little blurb on the front. Infinite Visions Tarot is a handmade, home-published tarot deck designed by Southeast Colorado artist Gloria Jean of Springfield, Colorado. If you like traditional tarot and appreciate fine art, you will certainly love this deck. Check and check. These designs were created digitally using the art of the old masters and designed with traditional Rider-Waite symbolism. They are easy to read and interpret and perfect for both beginners and experienced tarot readers, which I love. I love that it's accessible to everyone, right? All inclusive. And I'm thinking of going away on vacation. Sorry. And so in the first, just inside the first page, it says a typical traditional tarot deck has 78 cards that are divided into the major and the minor arcanas. Infinite Visions Tarot has 2 extra cards that serve as warnings. They are the Dark Priestess and the Dark Magician. The handmade decks are sold via the internet and then at infinitevisionstarot.com. Each deck is numbered and has a signed certificate of authenticity enclosed in the box. Anyway, so very cool. How to use, I'm not going to read everything, obviously. I mean, I could. This video would be about an hour long, I want to say. So yeah, so it's, let's see, 43 pages. Not bad card. Oh, 44 actually, in the back, she signed it. Not bad card interpretations. What I love about, and I have mentioned this before, collecting different tarot decks, it just adds more layers to the cards and their interpretations. And I love that. And that's how you learn tarot and get a more well-rounded source of knowledge and information. So, there's Wands, just as an example. Ace of Wands, seize the creative spark and follow it to a new adventure. Schedule some time to be creative. Help to guide the young ones towards constructive creativity. And then reversed if you read reversals. So don't want to spend too much more time on the little white book, but it is useful and it does accompany the deck, and it's always great to see the deck creator's vision and insight into their own creation. So I'll try and show you as many of the cards as I can. A lot of these images, I'm sure a lot of you will already recognize. So the first one is the sun. It's a little bit glary. There we go. Not my favorite. I never really cared much for the sun card with the little naked baby on a horse. But this one I think I prefer to the Rider-Waite, like the traditional original. I just love that Victorian-esque type of art. I always have. Who knows, maybe in a past life. The Nine of Pentacles, one of the cards I really enjoyed when I was browsing online on her website, Gloria Jean's website. I love, and I think I always mention this, but I just love horses. All animals, but especially the way I just love the way they're depicted. The Five of Cups. He looks a little forlorn. The Seven of Wands. He looks like a Viking. He's really cool. I love this one. This was one of the ones that reasons why I bought the deck. The Six of Cups. Maybe thinking back to her past childhood, being filled with nostalgia and reverie. It's really nice. A little boy offering his cup to the little girl. Chivalry is not dead. Okay. The Page of Cups, another card that I fell in love with. Just look at the colors. My camera, unfortunately, my laptop isn't great, so it doesn't really do it justice, but the colors are so vibrant. And the print quality is really good. I mean, there's certain images that are a bit blurred. So because she's taken them from pre-existing art on public domain, because it's been copied so many times, the quality tends to get lost. So some cards are better than others. And it's just sort of the way it is. But I mean, all in all, it's a really good deck. And Four of Wands, very pretty. Temperance. Ooh, they're mixing poison. I know there's all these stories behind all the art. Was this in Tarot of Delphi or something like that? Or a similar image. The Hermit, he looks like Gandalf. A little. The Emperor, this is Henry VIII. Man, he was a nasty piece of work. I watched The Tudors, most of the series. And Jonathan Rhys Meyers was so freaking good as King Henry. Gave me chills. Good actor. Death. This wasn't my favorite card, but it does depict its meaning quite nicely. Making that transition. Four of Cups. I wonder what she's thinking about. Five of Swords. Knight of Pentacles. Another one that I really liked, Three of Swords. Is that her when she was with this person and they've broken up since, or was he with another woman? Dun dun dun. The Three of Swords. My mom was really drawn to this card. The Ace of Swords. Very powerful looking depiction of the Ace of Swords. Powerful image. I really like this Two of Swords. This might be my favorite Two of Swords. I think Two of Swords is one of those cards that I used to always look for in a deck. Not that it made or make or break it, but I really found myself drawn to that one, and I really like this one. Like all these voices are telling him, do this, no, do that, and it's like quiet. I need to still my mind. I need to think about the next, plan of action. Really powerful card. I like that a lot. The Queen of Cups. I love the water in the background, the ocean, the castle. Love castles. Don't get too many of those here in North America. We have Casa Loma, which is a huge tourist spot, tourist trap, if you will. And I do find myself going there quite often, and the surrounding areas, just gorgeous homes. I mean, it's just such a beautiful area. So I like to walk around and that kind of thing. Anyway, Two of Wands. I like this one as well. Encourage yourself, push yourself, get out of your comfort zone, take risks, calculated risks, but don't be afraid to step out of the box. Right? Two of Wands. The Lovers. I like this card, but I feel like the composition is a little off for me. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's if it was divided. Is that silly? Maybe it is silly. Romeo and Juliet, one of my all-time favorite tragic love stories. I'm a sucker for a good tragic love story. I used to always drag one of my really good friends to all these depressing movies like The Other Boleyn Girl. Yeah, and we left feeling so, just what did we do? I mean, I think I enjoyed it for the most part, but it was so depressing, especially if you know how it ends. I love time, like period pieces. Was it the Royal Affair? She was an up-and-coming actress, Alicia Vikander. She's Swedish. Now she's way more well-known than she ever was. And she's actually a fantastic actress. And she was in the Royal Affair with, and I can't remember his name, and I had such a crush on him. One of my celebrity crushes. I can't think of what his name is. Maybe I'll link it below if you're interested. I don't know if he's Dutch or Swedish or whatever, but he was the doctor, and she was basically arranged to marry this really not nice guy who was the king. In those days, that's how it was all about. It was all about the dowry and the prestige and the title and everything else, and it was never really for love. And so she fell in love with the doctor, and they had a bit of an affair, and then of course it was found out. And well, I don't want to ruin it if you are interested, but that was a very good movie. It's subtitled. Is it Dutch subtitles? And I mean, it was depressing and, tragic, but I thoroughly enjoyed it and I highly recommend it. The Royal Affair. I'll link that down below too. I know, I keep getting sidetracked. So 8 of Wands. That's the 8 of Wands. 10 of Pentacles. Excuse me. The 6 of Swords. Going through that transition. Always the hardest part. 10 of Swords. Yeah, some of the images are a little bit unclear. And my mom even commented, which does make sense, that it adds a little bit of a mystery and an intrigue. It kind of makes them look a little bit more mysterious and haunting in a sense. So, I mean, that's pretty cool if it adds that kind of energy to it. The 3 of Pentacles, pretty standard Rider-Waite. All very true to Rider-Waite traditional meanings. The Ace of Cups. Tumultuous, like the waves crashing behind the cup. Emotions. Yep. Blessing and a curse. 10 of Cups. That one is also in the Timeless Tarot by Winstanley. What's her name? Oh no, Tara Winstanley. 8 of Cups. So the original image, they've taken out the girl that was standing over the railing. Judgment. Interesting take on Judgment. I found Judgment to be one of the more challenging cards for me to understand. I understand it a lot more now, but it's so intricate. It has so many layers. It's such a deep card. 4 of Pentacles. It's like, nobody's touching my stuff or my stash. Queen of Swords. Okay, I want to move this along. 8 of Swords. 9 of Swords. This is the Dark Magician, one of the 2 extra cards. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know. I mean, I guess I have included them when I've used this deck. The Ace of Pentacles was one of the reasons why I wanted to own this deck. How pretty is that? Oh, I wish I could just jump into that scene. It's gorgeous. You get out of the wood, like there's this clearing, and then this pathway leads to a castle, and oh, it's so enchanted. 4 of Swords. 7 of Swords. What is he about to do? Up to no good. Page of Pentacles. I'm covering the... They have a bit of a sheen to them, but I mean, and the card, I didn't ever discuss cardstock. It's pretty sturdy, pretty decent cardstock. Not bad. I feel like, because I think she cuts them and everything herself. She does everything herself. I feel like they could have just been finished a little bit nice, like, or something. Maybe I could always edge them to match the back, which whenever I get a brand new deck, I kind of want to leave it as is. But once it starts to look a bit worn, and if there's any chipping or anything, then it's a good time or a good excuse to edge. So I go to Michael's and I get some like really nice art markers, and I get them in the colors of these decks. And so I always have them on standby that if I ever need to polish up a deck, I can do that and they stay looking nice longer. And the King of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles. Oh, I like this one, the Knight of Wands. That's a really great Knight of Wands. I truly feel like that epitomizes the Knight of Wands for me. The High Priestess, not my favorite. Wasn't so crazy about this image. I think it's also a little bit unclear. Yeah, it's a bit blurred, unfortunately. 3 of Cups. It's a bit blurred too. Knight of Cups, I'm sure we're all familiar with this image. One of the pre-Raphaelites. Is it Lighten? I can't remember. Wheel of Fortune, one of the reasons why I wanted to own this deck as well. I love her. Just certain images. I don't know. You just know what you like, and sometimes you can't always quite explain. This is my favorite card in the entire deck. I love her. The Seven of Cups. Beautiful. King of Swords. I think he was the same image used in the Tarot of Inspiration, but in that he's the King of Cups, and he has blue eyes, I think, and it's more of an up-close like portrait shot and on a different backdrop, so it doesn't bother me that he's the same figure used in two different decks as two different archetypes or courts. Nine of Wands. I like that Nine of Wands. Here's the Dark Priestess, the second of the two extra cards. I like her. And there's the demon dude in the background. He's in the Devil card, which I don't believe I've shown you yet. Five of Pentacles. I like the Five of Pentacles card too. The World. I like her. I made my own deck once on makeplayingcards.com, and I used this image. The Star. I really like the Star. Very sweet. Two of Cups. That's a very clear, crisp image. I wish they were all like that, but that's what happens, unfortunately, when you know, images have been duplicated so many times. Six of Wands. Is that King Henry again? The eighth. Not a nice person. The Devil. There we go. There's that demon dude again. Bondage and all that stuff. Three of Wands. I like this collaborative, the indigenous and person, and then the more, here, I'll just show you. I like that collaboration of everyone, you know, from all different walks of life coming together and making something of what they hope to achieve. I just wish it was clearer. I love the Moon card. I love her face in the moon. It's a very haunting, ethereal card. Page of Wands. The Chariot. Not my favorite Chariot. Queen of Wands. I always envision the Queen of Wands with red hair, so I like that that's how she's been depicted in this deck. Five of Wands. Ace of Wands with the little cherub. I like cherubs, they're cute. The Empress, one of the reasons why I also wanted to have this deck. From afar and for just a split second, she looked a bit like Audrey Hepburn. But when you see it up close, it doesn't. But yeah, very regal. King of Cups. Okay, here's the Magician that I showed you on the box. The Hierophant. Seven of Pentacles. I love this one, the Two of Pentacles. Don't know why, but she reminds me a little bit of Selma Hayek. Just for a split second. Not that she looks like Selma Hayek. I can't explain it. It's just... okay. This is my second or one of my, maybe my top card in this deck. The Seven of Cups is too, but this one, absolutely, the colors and the composition, and I just love it. The Knight of Swords. And here's Justice. She was on the card of authenticity. I like her. I love the Strength. I wish it was clearer. Was that in the Tarot of Delphi? I know when you get all these art decks, they do, you know, the images are shared among them, but they're done differently, right? Like there are certain differences between them. The King of Pentacles. You know what I totally kept doing? I just realized. He's the Fool. He's not even the Magician. Oh my goodness. You know why? Because hold on. I just found the Magician. Oops. Sorry, guys. He's the magician. Oh man, okay. That's the magician. And he is the fool. The Nine of Cups, I really like this card. She's from the Tarot of Delphi. He looks like Santa Claus. Isn't that great? Okay. I'll show you one more. The Tower. I like that. The Clash of the Titans. Sorry, my finger's in the way. So yeah, so that is the 80 card deck of the Infinite Visions Tarot by Gloria Jean. I just noticed that her name is at the bottom of the box. And so there are 2 extra cards. They heat as warnings. So that does add to another layer of stuff when you're doing your readings for yourself or others. So thank you so much for watching. It is gorgeous outside, so I am about to go on a nice long nature walk, which it's just what my mind and everything needs right now. Mind, body, and spirit. And I appreciate everyone for watching. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching Tamara's Tarot Oracle channel. And I will see everybody very soon. Take care.